Alrighty. Today we got a special guest with us.
Your boy.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is the one and only John Nation. Vote boy, 06, baby.
All right, man, get out of here, man. He got to throw that in there.
Oh, 06,
yeah,
baby.
yeah.
No, just John Nation, man of many hats.
You know, we want to thank you first for joining us, giving us some knowledge on your life, what all you do, what you can help bring to the table, help out a lot of people. A lot of people don't know nothing about these finances and stocks and, everyday financial literacy crap. So why don't you go ahead and
Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
About me, man.
Give them a little introduction about yourself.
I'm just a regular kid, man. Just a regular kid trying to do something with my life. A little bit on my background. I got two wonderful children, Olivia and Lyric. I own two businesses, One Nation Athletics, which is a nonprofit sports association. And then I have Financial Nation, which is a financial business. I do accounting. I do taxes, budgets. I even do a little auditing every now and then. On my free time, I model, runway model, and picture model. You know what I mean? Rob always gives me a hard time about it. But other than that, man, I just try to find ways to make money without having to work. That's probably one of my biggest hobbies, trying to find ways to make money without having to work. Trying to give kids a dream that, they don't even know they can have at the time. So I'm just an opportunist, really. I try to just make the best out of every opportunity that I get. It's a little bit about me, man.
I like that. Hustle.
Finding ways to make money without having to work.
Passive income.
Right.
What's something like to get started on? What's something like a person can do to make some money without having to work?
I always say this, you got to take care of your original funds first. You can make money within your job salary.
Right.
So when I say something like that, I mean, you have to look at your budget, where you're spending your money at, and find out what's necessity and what's not necessity. And then kind of decipher what you're going to do with your residual funds. Residual being leftover money. One of my biggest things when I started this whole financial journey, I had to figure out, why do us African American people struggle so much when it comes to finances and being able to sustain and, grow within the financial world. And it kind of just starts with what we spend our money on. I have a very, very big rule that I start out with all my clients. I tell them, if you're able to pay all your bills, right? If you're able to pay all your bills, then you have residuals somewhere. You just have to figure out where you spending the residual at. Even if it's $10 residual, it's still residual. And I think that people undervalue $10 adding up to $100, and then $10 eventually adding up to $1,000. And I've come to realize that what we don't have as African Americans is patience to build something.
That's me all the way.
And want to jump off right away,
or want to get rich right quick.
Right.
It's got a slow boogie.
We definitely want the results super fast when really no financial stability or wealth or anything like that is just instant unless you hit the lotto or, you come into some money that your family set up for you. All financial success comes with some sort of a timeline. And I just think that that's extremely undervalued. If you're patient enough, right? If you're patient enough, you set a goal, and set some rules and be obedient to those rules, then financial wealth comes through time.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. So let me ask you this then. because I remember reaching out to you a while ago about this, about saving money, right? And creating this safety net. You know,
Right.
whatever your number is in your safety net, whether it's $1,000 or, you know, whatever it is. Kind of talk about, you know, ways in which people can build a safety net, you know, and then maintain their safety net.
Okay. So safety net. When I say this, it's going to be extremely unpopular. It's going to be extremely unpopular, but if you take the process and you do it, it's been very successful with all of my clients. Even with my boy Rob, we had the conversation long time ago, which I love having the conversation with Rob because he likes to hear what I got to say, and you know it's sometimes valuable to him. But as far as setting up a safety net, I challenge everybody to, you know, take the last 60 days of your bank statement. Literally print out the last 60 days of your bank statement, and then write down all of the bills that you absolutely have to pay. Necessity, right? Now we're not talking about groceries or anything like that right now. Just bills that you absolutely have to pay. And then once you take what you make, take your salary, whatever you make in a month, and then take all your necessity bills out of that salary, right? And then write that number down. And then be realistic about what you actually eat in a monthly basis, right? Most people spend $100, unless you have a surplus of children, then maybe $200. $200 in groceries is a lot, unless you're just trying to, you know, eat like the Jeffersons or something. But $200 in groceries is a lot. So take your salary, take out all the necessity bills, and then even if you want to max it out, take out the max groceries that you can buy in a month, and then tell me what that number is. Once you look at that number, I guarantee it's bigger than what you think it is right now. That's when you go to your bank statement and see what did you spend that number on.
I think the majority of people spend too much money on food as it is, though.
So check this out. Even if you're eating out, because I eat out every day. I don't cook at all. People think, oh, you got to cook to save money. Not really.
I tell people that all the time too.
Right. Even if you eat out every single day, you're not going to eat $100 in fast food in a week or in 2 weeks. The average is around $50, right? Unless you have a surplus or children or something like that. But even if you take that out, budget it out, look at what that number is. Go to your bank statement and then see what you spent that number on. Once you know what the reason is that you're spending on that money, go back to that original number. That's your residual, right? Take your residual number and put 50% of it in a place that you don't know it's at.
So like what?
So I'll give you an example, right? If I'm making $1,000 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm making $1,000 a month, and all my bills come out to, I don't know, $700, and then I spend $100 in groceries. That's $800, right? So I got $200 left. I'm gonna take $100 of that $200 and put it somewhere I know I'm not gonna spend it.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have to be disciplined about that. Every time I get paid from this point on, I do the same process. And that 100 turns into a 200, turns into a 300, and get yourself to 1,000. What I tell people who the 1,000 is too high for them, I say, get yourself 1 month of rent. Because if you lose your job today, you at least have 30 days to get you another job.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And as adults, we have to be responsible for people depending on us. Everybody has somebody depending on them. So if you can at least give yourself 30 days to recover from whatever happens. My dad used to tell me something. that, you know, he always drops little gems. So he always says life is going to happen. It's going to happen.
Regardless.
You know what I mean? You're either A, you're going to face some type of financial issue.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to face some type of relationship issue, or you're going to face some type of personal issue. You know it's going to happen. You already got the answers to the test. So why not prepare for it?
Yeah.
And we don't. We don't prepare for it. But anyways, back to the financial. Back to the financial situation, right? So if you can't save $1,000, save up at least 1 month's of rent. And once you've achieved that, look at your debt. See what debt you got. And then instrumentally take care of that one by one.
Oh, okay. Using that money.
No, not using your residual. Once you get that $1,000,
That's your
or
safety
you
net.
get that 1 month rent, that don't even exist.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to literally tell yourself it doesn't exist. You don't have that money anymore. And as you forget about it, you'll find yourself putting aside more
and more.
money,
Okay.
right? Because what do you not spend now? Now that you've gotten yourself in the mindset of this $100 don't belong to me no more,
That's your shoebox money.
right? This $100 don't. I'm gonna show you what to do with that shoebox money in a little bit. But anyways, this $100 don't belong to me no more. So you get used to not having it, right? I like to use this. I like to say this. Child support was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Oh yeah.
Why?
It's the best thing that ever happened to me.
People raising
Right,
their eyes right now.
Because as men, as soon as we get into child support, I gotta give my money all to her, and I got used to not having a certain amount of money.
Okay.
When you get used to not having a certain amount of money, you challenge yourself on how to replace it,
Yeah.
right? When you get fired from a job, what do? You challenge yourself on how to replace it. Like as a man, just as a male person, when I got on child support, I got used to my child support is high. So before I say the number, just
Oh,
understand.
you ain't gotta
say your number.
Okay,
You ain't
okay,
gotta say
all
it.
right,
all
Nah,
right.
man, for sure.
Well, I got used to not having a surplus of money.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I had to challenge myself on how can I make the money I have work? And I said, okay, bet. So now that I'm not going to have this money, cool. I've accepted that. It's taking care of my kid. Yeah. Now my kids ain't got nothing to worry about. Bet. So now that I got this money that I do have, what am I going to do with it to make up for the money that I don't have? Started with a safety net, pay down my debts, don't spend money on things that I don't necessarily need. So when I have a surplus of money, I can ball out.
That makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
We always want to get things as soon as they come
Yeah.
out. As soon as it drop, boom, I got it. I don't have any Jordans. And when I say this, people probably not going to like that. I don't own a pair of Jordans, period. I never have in my whole life. But I don't understand why everybody want to go buy the Jordans as soon as they come out. I've never understood why people want to spend so much money on something that you're going to destroy regardless. You got to walk on that money. You have to put them on your feet, and you have to destroy them at some point.
That's material shit.
Yep, that was me.
Right?
That was
Right?
me.
So you saying
Imagine-
so? Are you getting to a point where you saying so?
What I'm saying is take your Jordan money, right? Take the Jordan money,
Instead
the
of
money,
that-
the money that you saved up, right? Money that you supposedly didn't have, and you saved it up to get these Jordans. Take your Jordan money and put it in something that's going to change it into more money, and now you buy the Jordans with no deficit to
Yeah.
you.
Invest that Jordan
So
money first.
It's along the lines of that saying, if you can't buy it twice over, then you can't
Then
afford it.
then you don't need it.
I got you.
You feel me?
I got you.
And that's
you-
something I regret in, like buying all them damn shit every weekend, buying shit, and not just for me, for the whole family. So you imagine $500-$600 every other weekend on some fucking shoes that somebody stole.
You know what I'm saying? Like It's gonna
Yeah,
be
that's true.
destroyed.
That's true.
It's gonna be destroyed.
So that's one of the things I sit at night like, man, that motherfucker.
You got to eat that one. You got to eat that.
I look at pictures of shit I had in the closet and just all that money.
Right.
And shit, my fucking son grows so fast. He wore them shoes probably 3-4 times.
Yeah.
Right. And what
So that's just wasting money.
I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying
Don't buy
don't
shoes.
don't go
Yeah.
get the stuff that
He's
you
saying
want.
a better way, a
a
more
better way of buying it.
financially stable way of getting it instead of buying them and not having the money to, get you through the week versus if you save and after you buy 'em, you're not hurting, then, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole point.
Right. Well, I'm just saying if you think about financial literacy, period, right? Just financial literacy in the concept of it, it's literally compounding. So I'm kind of nerdy. If people that don't know me, I'm athletic, but I'm like a super athletic nerd, right? And as far as compound, so let me put you on what I'm on right now. How I'm turning $100 into $100K in 90 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I found a platform, a HFX platform. Now, before people even say, "Oh, that's a pyramid scheme," and just hear me out for a second, all right? There's two parts. There's two sides to the HFX thing. Part of it, yes, is a pyramid scheme. There's people out here that's trying to get you on these teams,
Mm-hmm.
and they like, you got to pay me $1,000. I'm gonna show you how to change your $1,000. They're making money off of you,
Yeah.
hands down. I don't want to BS nobody, right? But there's this point where you get these products, right? Vid Forex is where I do my trading on, and there's a program called Hourglass, all right? And Hourglass kind of shows you indicators of how the currency market is moving, because that's what you're trading, currencies.
Mm-hmm.
USD to yen or something like that, all kind of currencies, right? So I sat down and I thought about compounding. What's the easiest way I can change my money into a large lump sum without having high risk? Because the whole point of me starting Financial Nation was I was realizing I was around a lot of people that didn't want to risk a lot of money.
That's the biggest problem right there.
Right. That's not attractive to people who already feel like they don't have money.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? Let me come up with something for people who don't have $1,000 already in the bank, or people who don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to lose.
Mm.
What do we have? And that's when I came back to the Jordans.
Mm.
You know what we will spend money on? Shoes. So I took the average price of shoes. Your average price of shoes is $100.
Yep.
Right? Go to any compound calculator on the internet. If you take $100 and you increase it by 8% on a 90-day basis, not including weekends, right? Because you need your free time. You increase it by 8% on a 90-day basis, you will be at $101,000 in 90 days.
Damn.
$101,000, what we are all striving to get as an annual salary, you will have in 90 days.
So, okay.
And so how am I achieving it, right?
Yeah.
So
That's what I was getting ready to
what I
ask.
do is I make one trade a day. One, not several, not 15, not 19, one trade a day through HFX. I put in $100. I say, hey, how much is it to increase it? 8%. It was $8 the first day. I made a trade. It cleared. I got off. Discipline. So in 90 days, I should have $100,000. Now, as I go, of course, the amount that I trade will be more, it'll be more steep. But since I know what I'm doing, I have confidence in it, and I only got to make one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I make one trade, and when I get to $100,000, boom, I'm done. I made $100,000 in 90 days, and now I'm paying off debt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I can go buy all the Jordans I want to buy. Now I can go pay off all the debt I want to pay. I could take my family on a vacation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I took a little bit of Jordan money instead of blowing it at that moment, invested it into myself, and turned it into a surplus of residual.
How can we follow you on that? Like,
So Financial Nation. Honestly, I wanted to make the 100,000 first,
oh, before you get okay.
so that I can show people like it's not a joke. You know what I mean? Like I really know what I'm doing, and that's kind of how I do everything. When I was giving, so me, Rob, and my boy Durst, we talk about stocks and bonds a lot, right? And when we were sharing that information, the way I won them over was I showed them actual results.
He did.
I was like,
Money talks.
I was like, look,
Hey, he wasn't.
I was like, if you trust me for a second, I can show you something. And I was like, watch this. I invested a certain amount of money in a stock. I said, yo, this stock is going to change. It's in the news. And so once it changed, I said, look, I made this amount of money off of that. Now that I made that amount of money off of it, if you have $100, remember me saying that?
Mm-hmm.
I said, if you got $100, all you need is 100, bro, and we can change that 100 into 5. And that's what we did. We changed 100 into 5, and then we took the 5 and bought Tesla when the stock split for 400. Or we did the Apple, right?
Mm-hmm.
We bought the Apple, which was at stock split was 100. So now we got 5 shares of Apple that's going to take off regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just bought four shares of Apple when that shit dropped.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
but what did it, when you bought your shares of Apple, it didn't cost you your own money.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? We made one smart decision, and then one smart decision turned into 5 smart decisions.
Yeah.
And now 5 smart decisions are going to turn into 10 smart decisions. And what is that? Compounding.
Yeah.
That's all That's all financial literacy is. Compounding. HFX is just an extremely fast way of being able to compound.
So what is HFX for people that don't know?
So HFX is hypercurrency trading. It's called HyperForex. So it's literally just a platform where you can trade currencies like they're doing on the regular Forex, MT4 for people that, are in the whole Forex world. It's just a way to make it faster.
Okay.
That's it. But, I do all kind of things with money.
So what would you say is some of the top, I guess you can say, stock apps that people should look into? We still have those questions about people that don't know, what apps to use.
Man, this is tough. That's tough because I use
So many.
a lot of
Yeah.
them. So if you're looking for long-term stocks, Apple, Tesla, things like that, I go through Fidelity. That's just what I like.
I heard about
Fidelity.
them.
I was super, super heavy on Robinhood until they played us
With that
GameStop.
on that
situation.
GameStop. Yeah. And now that they have their IPO is IPO initial public offering. Now that it is not coming out the way I thought it was gonna come out, I'm super iffy about it.
Mm-hmm.
Super iffy. So I downloaded what's this one?
What about what would you say to people that already's with Robinhood or these other ones? Would you
stay, man?
I was just gonna say,
Stay. So a secret about Robinhood that a lot of people who deal with Robinhood don't even know. Robinhood kind of cheats you out of cents on your dollar. If you go to your Robinhood app and you pay attention to when you make sales or when you actually buy, you'll notice that it's not actually the number that you're putting in.
No.
Yeah.
You always sell it for like a little bit
Less.
less or,
Yep.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And if you notice, there's no fees
Nope.
in there.
But that's where they're getting all
So
that money
that
from.
they're dropping you, they're kind of cheating you cents on your sale.
Damn.
I noticed that when we bought Disney, a couple shares in Disney, it was like 105, and I was putting in the 105, but
Right.
shit wasn't.
It's not.
It wasn't coming back as that. I was
Hey.
like, okay, now something
If-
iffy about that shit.
If y'all see me shaking on cam, it's because Rob has this fan.
Oh man, chill out, man.
I'm cold, dog.
Chill out, man. Yeah. So okay, look, let me ask you this,
Shaker.
Nate.
What's
Okay, what advice would you give to someone who is new to this whole process, right? And they have $100 that they want to invest. They want to start investing. What advice would you give and what direction would you point them in?
I would say find somebody to do it with first. Find you somebody who you trust, somebody who has a little bit of knowledge about it, and then go forward with that.
So I'm gonna give you a little pushback with that. I know people don't trust other people with their money or counting their money.
Facts.
That's the biggest problem that a lot of people have. You know, how can you tell me what to do with my money? But all you're doing is just advising them. You know, you're not putting a gun to their head saying, hey, go ahead and do it. You know, it's just like, hey, I'm advising you. I think it'll be good. You know, if you're telling them, obviously you did it. So I'm trying to like help you out a little bit, you know.
Okay. So say you're a person who you don't really rock with other people.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got no friends.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I would recommend. Okay, so this is why I don't watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So for people who don't know me, I don't watch TV, literally, at all. Because if you get used to not watching television, you don't get hooked on. You don't get addicted to anything. So you start to find other forms of addiction, right? And so I read. I wake up, and all the things that happen in the world affect the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
But let's take it to even more of a basic financial literacy thing. Let's say you don't want to get in the stock market right now, but you want to make some extra money. You just want to see if all the interest stuff and all of that actually works. You can go to a bank and get you a CD.
Okay.
Get you a CD.
No, say what it is. Say what a CD is, because that, I mean, people might not know.
It's what is it? A certified certificate of deposit. Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's a certificate. They call it a certificate of deposit.
Okay.
And you can put your money in there for a certain amount of time, and it's not something where you have to be a certain age to withdraw it. It can be you can put it in there for a year,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to tell you, hey, for a year you can make this amount of interest on this CD. You leave it in there, it'll build it up, and then you can take it out, or you can roll it over. That can be your first financial thing you do. Or if you got little babies, right? Like True,
Mm-hmm.
you can go get you a savings bond for $100. Get you a savings bond for $100. And what a savings bond is, you're buying debt from the government.
Mm.
And once you buy a savings bond, it has a certain percent of interest on it. And once the $100 has come to maturity, meaning you've earned your $100 back, it keeps getting interest on top of that $100. So for my kids, I don't buy them gifts for their birthday.
You give them.
I buy them savings bonds. How did I learn this? I was working at Bank of America. I'll never forget this. Working at Bank of America and, struggling college student trying to make money. And this guy comes in with this big, huge $100 bill. And I'm like, what is this? He was like, oh, this is a savings bond. My grandparents bought this for me when I was a kid. He's had it since he was a kid. And he's 18, 19 years old. And when I cashed it out, that $100 had turned into 5,000, and now he's cashing it in college as play money.
Mm-hmm.
But
See-
they took the time to set something up for
Yeah.
him. You know what I mean?
And it's not
Yeah.
even hard, but it's just the fact of not knowing,
Not knowing.
not knowing, bro. That's all it boiled down
Right.
to, man.
So
That's crazy.
so you know what I'm saying? Just whatever you're doing right now, just choose one thing to read on. Choose one thing to read on. If since I'm putting the seed in there, go look it up. See if I'm lying.
So what are some books that you felt was like
Bro, I don't even read books. I
So-
just get on the internet and read
articles?
about just financial things. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, this person made $5,000 in 2 minutes. Boom, I'm on it. I'm reading.
How the hell did that happen?
Wow.
How they do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why that happened, right? Because another thing my dad said, right? What makes somebody smarter than you? If we all started on the same knowledge level of nothingness, right? We all came in knowing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
What makes a person smarter than you?
Are you asking us?
Yeah. Like if you think about that question, what makes a person smarter than you?
I would
If
say
you got the same tools, right?
yeah,
We can all read, yeah.
yeah,
All right, we can all write, yeah.
yeah,
We can all speak,
yeah.
right? We can all think for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing makes them smarter than you other than their dedication,
Yep.
They're trying.
to get informed.
And to get informed, like
Right.
that's the
That's the part that a lot
That's
of
it.
people don't want to do.
When people be like, yo, son's super smart. Well, what makes him smarter than you? His dedication to learning the material.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's real.
that's true. You know,
That's real.
a lot of people won't take that time out.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna say something that's not gonna be popular, but whatever. When it comes to black people, they're like, oh, well, they had time before us. They had the opportunity to learn it all before us. Well, is that true now?
What do you and what regards? What do you like?
I'm-
Education or just period?
In education, in education period, right? Like I hear a lot of my people say that the Caucasian people got to learn a whole lot before us, so they just know more. Well, I just don't rock with that statement. I don't rock with that statement because although, yes, they did get books before us, they learned how to read before us, they learned about financial literacy before us, we absolutely have the opportunity now,
Yeah,
right? And even when they had the opportunity before us, where are all the creations from? All the greatest creations that we use are from African Americans. So that means we had the mental capacity to be great even back then. And now we're just
getting on that plane.
now we're taking it for granted. That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
We're taking it for granted. Now is the best time ever for black people to be like the best we could possibly be.
You're getting all this free money.
Bro, what? Like,
I can't remember a time since we've been alive where the government has given us.
could you imagine if we like would figure out unity?
And that's the thing too. Every black people don't know how to work together. They want to be one up one another all the time.
If we could figure out unity, as black males, right? Because black women are amazing.
Yeah,
But if we could figure out unity as black males, we would like change the world. I truly believe
You do
that.
that.
I agree.
We would absolutely change the world.
everything is competition.
But you know,
All right,
It-
so look, okay. Let's get into like, all right, now someone who has say so. Let's get back to the shoebox money, right?
right?
Let's get back to it. So, what would you tell someone to do? What advice would you give someone to, what to do with their shoebox money?
Well, once you develop your safety net, hold on. Once you develop your safety net, I really encourage everyone to get to $1,000. I really do. $1,000 can take care of a lot of small issues and some big issues. So once you get to your $1,000, continue to save that shoebox money in the same form, right? And once you, I don't know, get to about 1,500,
Mm-hmm.
take your 500 and start investing it.
That's what I wanted to get back to. Where do you start? How do you know what to invest in? Is it just stuff you like or
Start with things that you like.
that you
Yeah,
like?
that's what.
I started with what I liked, and then I made an investment in that, and then I started just getting super soaked in it. I started reading. You're gonna have to read. Simple as that. You're gonna have to read. You're gonna have to pay attention to the news, because then you'll know how to make moves. Or you can start looking at videos about charts. What are they called? Candlesticks. Everything's working off candlesticks.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at charts, you know how sometimes they got the green candles and the red candles, and they got the little lines above. All that means something.
Right.
All of that means something. It's telling you the activity of the day, what's happening, where the resistance is, where the support is, which I could go on forever. But back to the shoebox money. Once you get about 500 or so, figure out what you're going to be dedicated to as far as investing. Everybody's not an HFX person. They don't like it.
Yeah, because they, like you said, they got that.
The
pyramid
safest investment you can make in stocks and bonds is a mutual fund. A mutual fund is a fund with several stocks in it. And you put in $100, and $100 goes to
each one.
every single,
Each
is
one.
split up between every single stock in there. And those normally go along with how the market's moving, right? You pay attention to it. You figure out how much, it's called a stop loss. You know, you figure out how much you're willing to lose on it, and then you wait for the increase. Wait for the increase. Once you're satisfied with a certain amount of money you made, sell it. But the worst mistake you can make as far as investment or money, period, is being greedy. I stress this. I stress it. The worst mistake you can make is being greedy. Everybody's like, oh, shit, I made 100. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to make 200. Well, that's not how the market works.
No.
You can have that 100 at one moment, and then at the very next moment, you can have nothing.
Down.
Be happy with the small gains, because small gains turn into big gains. I'm going to say it again. Be happy with the small gains, because small gains turn into big gains. You know how in school they say, if I say it 3 times, be happy with the small gains, because small gains turn into big gains. And then you can take more of a risk with higher amounts of money. And all these people that's like, I made millions and millions. They started with small gains, build up big gains, and then start taking more risk with larger amounts of money, because they could afford to lose it. And it all starts with what? A job. It all started with your job. All you need is several forms of income to be a millionaire.
Right.
And they never said it had to be several large forms of income.
Mm-mm.
It's just several forms of income.
But us as black people, we think we're going to get rich just off of one income, because that's all we grown to know. Our parents did it. Their parents did it. And I understand we got to break that cycle, but some people it's kind of hard.
It's what's taught.
Mm-hmm.
When in school did you get taught several streams of income?
Never.
Never. What did we get taught? We got taught, get these grades right.
Go
Yep.
to school,
Go
graduate,
to school,
Get you a career job.
Get you a career job.
and be good with that.
The American dream,
Yep.
right? But what really is the American dream? Right? What who are the Americans?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, not to be super political or nothing like that,
Yeah.
but all the people that's talking about the American dream aren't living the American dream. They're living this dream that I've happened to find You know what I mean? Just because I failed at one thing. So crazy story, bro. I went to school to be a computer scientist.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I went for initially. And in being in school, I found out that you got too much power as a computer scientist. I had learned how to hack. And I heard about this one guy that hacked a debit card. He attached his debit card to everybody's bank account in the whole world, but it was only pulling pennies from each bank account.
That's still a lot of money.
Right, but look, check it out. His debit card never had a balance on it or nothing. As soon as he put it in the ATM, it was just pulling pennies from everybody's account. So he had an endless amount of money, and so I started getting interested in that, right? And I started researching because that's the type of person I am. I was like, yo, how can I hack? How can I do this? How can I do this? And I had got to a point where I found out like small things. Like I found out how to hack into my teacher's thing and change my grade. Right? And bro, like seriously, like I was like, okay, so I'm getting good at it. And then I found out how I could put any amount of money in my bank account. And then I decided I don't need this power.
Well, you know, you
Too much for me.
Yeah,
I don't need because
better than most. 'Cause
No
some
one man should have
because-
all that
you know what I'm
power.
because I know me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the best thing that I could have ever done was learn my flaws. And I know if I had the opportunity, I was going to do it.
Yeah, it's a dangerous game.
So I hopped out of it, and then I got into accounting, finance and accounting. Listening to this guy talk all day. It was terrible. He's talking all day about finance. And I was never interested in being a financial advisor because I didn't think it was cool to play with people's money like that. And then, you know, long story short, I ended up being broke one day. That's what happened. I had a really good career. Like I had a very, very good career. I went from Bank of America to Davis and Kynard. And then I came to San Antonio and worked with an auditing firm where I worked with KPMG for 5 years. People who know accounting like that, KPMG is a big four. So all of our financial rules and stuff are made by 4 companies only. And KPMG is one of them. And I worked for them for 5 years. To have that on your resume as an accounting is like
Gold.
It's like saying you went to the NBA and you want to go coach at
high school, local high school or
you know
something.
what I'm saying? Right. You know, like I'm an ex-NBA, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could have went anywhere. And so I left KPMG to go, I think I went to go work for SAWS. Yep. San Antonio Water System as an auditor. And I was not accepted there. And we all know why.
Yeah.
You know, I was not accepted, and so I got fired. And then I was like, okay, I'm tired of working. So I went to go work for George Gervin. I went to go work for George Gervin as an accountant, their senior accountant there. And that was kind of an instrumental move too, because I wanted to learn how you could create a nonprofit school. Because eventually I want to turn One Nation into an academy. That's my ultimate goal. Changing One Nation into an academy. But anyways, I worked for Gervin. But while I was working for Gervin, there was a guy there that was always talking about cryptocurrency. And I was like, what the heck is cryptocurrency? And he would just be like, yeah, I made $1,000 today, 5 minutes. He'll come back the next day and be like, I made another 1,000, Nation. And I was like, all right, man, put me on. What is it? What is it?
Shit is intriguing.
And he showed me what Coinbase was and Bitcoin. That's when I started getting into Bitcoins and all of that wonderful stuff. And ever since then, I decided I'm finna cut off all TV. I'm just gonna stop watching TV and start reading about this as much as possible. And ever since then, bro, I ain't never had another. I don't want to say that because there's people here. I've had enough money to do the things that I need to do. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, mutual funds. Once you set up your safety net, go with a mutual fund.
So I want to talk back what you said about the savings accounts and the banks.
Right.
We hear a lot of stories about people not trusting that because the interest rate on that savings money is so low. Like they say, basically by the end of the year, before you know, you only got like $3-4 and shit like that.
That's true.
So is it what the longer you keep it in there, the more you get, or how?
The reason I said that was because they were asking if people were just are nervous or if they didn't have no friends, you know what I'm saying? And if you just wanted to see how financial literacy works, you know, the whole financial world, that's the safest thing you can get into. That's like guaranteed you're not going to lose your money. But when you get into finance, this is a big rule. When you get into finance, don't invest anything that you're not willing to lose.
I heard that before.
Yeah. Don't invest nothing that you're not willing to lose. But you know what I'm saying? That's like saying you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with a business. Don't, you ain't willing to take a chance on it. Don't do that shit.
Right.
So
it could be the best thing ever. But if y'all not following me on Facebook, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout yourself out.
Go to
your platforms and
Facebook.
stuff.
It's
John
crazy.
Nation.
I've been knowing Nation for shit since what, middle school.
Yeah.
He said that. He said he been knowing. He's like he probably doesn't know like all of this stuff. So I said, yeah, nah, that's why you here. So
yeah. Go to John Nation. When I make the 100K, then
make sure you come back.
well, I am, bro, because
well, I mean, before we, put your boys on. Nah, I'm just
right. No, seriously, you already know.
I know.
You already know.
Yeah, T-Rob, I ain't gonna lie. T-Rob been plugging you, man. We've been talking about it for
I'm
months.
telling you, like every time.
It was soon as that.
deals,
It was soon as the GameStop and AMC shit.
But just like
the week before.
Nah,
that.
he was talking about it
but
before
just
that,
like
but
before
when he
that,
said
like-
that, I was like, damn, I need to get with Nation because I
Yeah.
wanted to learn the stock shit. I was
Yeah.
scared. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was
He
scared to
was.
lose some money.
Yeah, so I was like, man, Nate is the perfect. Like he knows more about it
Scared money,
than I do.
Don't
You know what I
make
mean?
done,
So-
baby.
Yeah, I know
But
it.
he's never like steered me in the wrong direction. So he's always giving me good, financial advice. And like he said, like he showed me proof, and I have evidence from myself as far as from the information that he has given me, and I've had success. So I mean, like he said, he's proven. So when he says, hey, I'm gonna wait and see if I can make the 100K. Like he ain't
Yeah.
bullshitting. Like, he
But
gonna
that's
kick it
what I
down.
like.
He gonna kick it down.
I like because he go through the shit first, and if it worked for him, he gonna take you through it.
Yeah.
Some people they'll put you in it without them having no fucking knowledge about it, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
hey, you out to dry
We're
now.
learning together. Nah,
Yeah.
And that's not good business, bro. But
Nah.
that's what I like.
just to be transparent, like on this journey to 100K, my initial investment was like 250, and I lost it. I lost it all. I just want y'all to know that.
But see, some people
so-
ain't gonna tell you that.
Yeah, like the whole 250 is my whole initial investment is gone. I was experimenting. I know people like I ain't got time to experiment with 250, which is why I'm going through the process. So you don't have to experiment. But the whole HFX thing, I started out very well. I made like $300 in a day. I think I posted it. I posted on my Facebook. I made like 300, like 500, something like that in minutes, bro, like that. And then 2 minutes later, I lost it all.
Now that's the scary part, boy.
2 minutes later, because I didn't follow my own rules. And, there's certain things that I want people to take from this conversation. And one of the things I want them to take is discipline is vital. It is vital when it comes to this finance thing. If you learn how to be disciplined and stick to your strategy, the sky's the limit. But I guarantee you, the moment that you sway from it, it's gonna burn you.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna burn you. I made 300 or 500, whatever I said. I made it being disciplined, and then I got full of myself, and I was like, "Oh, I know this. I know this. This is a breeze," and started bidding, and I was like, "Oh, I lost one." I was like, "That's nothing." I got 400, 500 left, and then I started making bigger bets. And I was like, all right, I can remake it on this and I can remake it on that. And it was just a lesson God taught me. He was like, don't be so full of yourself. Be humble.
Yeah.
Be humble in the process. Stay humble. Even with One Nation, man, like, I love it. I love what I do for the kids. I love the whole track world. I love that. And I have found myself like getting cocky for a little bit, because my kids are really good, bro. Like, no cap. Like, we not just good, they're really good. And I have a process to where I develop kids, and everybody goes through the process, and I haven't had one kid, not one, that has not gotten better. And I don't like go out looking for best kids. I want the kids that nobody's really giving a chance right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want the ones that are finished second, but they want to really find out what it takes to be first. Or maybe they're in the back. You know what I mean? I pride myself on taking those
Putting them
kids,
in the spotlight.
putting them through the process, putting them through the program, and then when we come back out to compete, it's like, what happened to this kid?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But anyways, I found myself getting cocky with the whole One Nation thing, and I had to be humbled with that as well.
So do you see yourself maybe starting, like what you were saying, your academy or, your school that you want to start? Do you see yourself starting something like that to educate kids?
Man, I want
at the very, very basic level and then work
I want to create a IMG in San Antonio.
So kind of touch on what that is for the people that don't know.
Okay, so IMG is an academy that they go above and beyond as far as focusing on what the kids' endeavors are. So IMG, if you're in basketball, they got like the best basketball coaches. The program is full of people who know the game, teach the game, and perfected it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I want something like that for track. I want it for football. I want it for basketball. But then I want to include things like financial literacy in the education. Why don't we learn that in school?
Right.
There's nobody teaching that. There's nobody teaching that.
So when did you feel stuff like financial literacy should begin to be taught at school?
Man, I'm teaching my kids. I got a 5-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my baby girl turning 6 soon,
Mm-hmm.
but I teach my kids right now.
Mm-hmm.
The sooner they know, the better they can be at it. And we underestimate kids.
They don't know.
Do you know my son? My son can get on the phone, go to TikTok, watch a video 2 times, and do the dance perfect.
So
how come you can't learn these numbers?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just because it's not presented to them. We always want to be like, oh, hey, get on YouTube and do something. You know what I mean? Okay,
as long as you're not bothering me.
Well, if you're going to get on YouTube, what you're going to do on YouTube is you're going to watch
some numbers
about candlesticks.
Yeah.
You're going to watch about candlesticks. So when you look at a candlestick chart, you'll be like, okay, it's rejecting off this resistance. You know what I mean? It's rejecting off this support. And now I know, boom, this is the time to get in at the beginning of the candle. Because at the beginning of the candle is your best opportunity for coming out with a profit, or clearing is what I call it. Mm-hmm. Clearing your profit. If you're going to get in, you're going to learn about these stocks. You're going to learn what mutual funds is, because they're going to go to college.
Yeah.
And when you go to college, we get in so much trouble because we don't know either an athlete don't know what to do with his money when he get it, or B, when they start working, they don't know what to do with the money that they get to make it more money. Right. They think they got to work 3, 4, 5 jobs. Stressing themselves out, not getting their grades right. Like, I did that already. I did that. All our parents always say, I don't want you to be nothing like me.
Right.
Right? Okay, so I took that mentality, and I'm trying to give them something to make sure that they don't end up nothing like me.
And a lot of times, I mean, I hate to say it, but they tell you that, but they not really teaching you how to be not like them.
How to not be like them. When it's inevitable.
Yep.
It's all we see.
Yep. That's all we see. What I mean? All I know is that, hey, they at work.
Right.
Yep.
That was me. Shit. Yeah. I was told to go get a career job. Get you a good job. Get you a good job. And then he's like, this ain't what I fucking want to do though.
Bro.
And then I was never taught financial literacy. It was something I just learned. I mean,
As we
still
go.
I don't. It's, I was learning as I go.
Learning as we go.
And-
Not even a conversation I had. It's just
this mindset that I got is probably what pushes me so much. Every job that we have was somebody else's dream.
Yep.
And so every time we go to work and we put in our lifetime, we only have a certain span on this earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
The time that we have on this earth, everything that we put in there is advancing somebody else's dream. And I was like, it's cool, right? Because I don't want to sell drugs, right? I don't want to sell drugs. I don't want to get my money, my initial investing money that way. So I need a job. I need a job. My job is my drug deal. That's how I get my initial investment money to start building my own business instead of being on the streets. Use that money wisely. Use it wisely, build my own, and now people are supporting my dream.
And see, that kind of brings me back to where, like, honestly, the past couple weeks that we've been doing this, I'm more excited doing this because it's a grind. I know that we can try to make it work.
But this is,
I get more excited doing this shit than I do going to work.
Yeah.
Right.
Now that I don't know if that's a transition because I feel more comfortable now, or it's me
Like you in the honeymoon phase.
Exactly.
You don't know yet. You'll see
exactly.
it eventually.
But I
start.
get more excited doing this shit than I do going to work.
Bro, having a business for 3 years, you never know. If you come to your own business, right, and you're not afraid that it's gonna fail, you don't love it.
Yep.
If you're not afraid, I'm afraid every day that or every year that next year when track season come around, nobody's gonna
show
run
up.
from One Nation.
Yeah.
So every time I go see them kids, I make sure I stress, you have to do this right. You have to. Because if not only are you not successful, I'm not successful. I failed. And I hate failure.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it more than losing.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you didn't do something right
And
along the way.
Financial Nation, when I actually start pushing it hard, bro, I'm going to be afraid. I'm going to be afraid that somebody's not going to be satisfied. Right? I know I can't please everybody, but I know for sure my product is going to be legit. It's going to be what it is because I want to sustain. I want to survive. I want to have something that's mine that I pass down to my kids. I want to build this school so that it's forever funding my family. Like when I leave, I want something with my name on it.
That's what it's about. That's
With the One Nation, are you looking for kids?
It's gonna
the track.
Yeah, man. I have open registration, meaning I don't ever cut registration off, ever.
And what's the age?
I have 5 all the way to 19.
Oh yeah, okay.
If it any kind of speed work, a lot of people work with me, and I'm not braggadocious. You know what I'm saying? Like unless somebody shout me out or something, I'm just happy to see the kids be successful. But it's a lot of kids, a lot of successful kids that are here in San Antonio that have worked with me in private. They come, they get their speed work, and they go be successful. And I'm cheap, bro. I'm super cheap. I'm like $20 a session if you want to train speed wise. But if you want to be part of the team, it's free.
So why not join the team?
Y'all hear that?
You hear me, bro? If you want to, you can either spend $20 a session, or you can come register with the team, and
all-in-one, baby.
You gonna get your whole. The registration for the team is $100 for the whole year. $100 for the whole year. You can either come to 5 sessions and pay me $20. That's $100. Now we're going over, or you can be part of the team and get that in the first week.
Yeah. I got a bunch of kids for you.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like everything that I do, bro, is to try to push us. You know what I mean? I love everybody, but I'm trying to push us.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I feel you 100%.
And I think it just takes somebody willing to be the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm willing to let people talk about me. I'm willing to hear all the things that I did wrong.
But
And
that
make
come
adjustments.
that come with it.
That come with success.
That come with
period, though.
success. Period. You know,
It's-
got to take that shit on the chin.
Right. Once we make up the mind.
Yep.
Once you make up your mind, like it is what it is.
Yep.
Now that I've gotten in my mind, like people around me, people who really know me, know that anything I've ever put my mind to, I've gotten it. Literally anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all see One Nation Academy go up, just register your kids.
Yeah, we in there, man.
Yeah. What's that?
It's
So you
It's 222,
yeah. We want to thank you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Chilling with
Lot
us,
of- lot of
giving
good
us
game.
some game.
Man, hey, again, Nate, man, make sure shout out yourself so people know how to get at
Your
you, and follow
handlers.
you, and all
Yeah,
that.
man,
Get through all that.
Right now, I just do everything through Facebook. I try not to put my number out there too much.
No. Just your social media handles and stuff so people
Everything
know how
is
to
John
find you.
Nation on Instagram, john.nation 2013, because I'm remedial and I put my email, bro.
Yeah.
Anyways, john.nation 2013. You'll see model pictures initially, but yeah, man.
He
if
keep
you
on
get-
throwing that model in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Hey, that's Runway Nate.
Hey,
man.
bro.
Runway
you know
Nate.
what I'm
Look at
saying?
He happy.
You know
Look
what
at
I'm
him.
saying?
Look at your boy on there. My dog Nation, man.
Boy, Nate is a trip, man. But hey, real spill on Nate. We appreciate you
Yeah, man.
taking the time, man, to come. And man, the goal of this all is, for somebody who's out there listening to us, that they get something from this and something that they can apply and, start doing themselves. And then, start seeing results, man. So, or just to give people information that they did not have,
Right.
Whether it, for whatever reason, whatever your reason is why you don't have, this type of information or access to this type of information, you gave us an opportunity to be able to provide that at least to people who support us.
Right.
So we appreciate you for doing that. Thank you. You know what I mean? Because you really didn't have to do that. Now, this is something that we got to ask you now while we got you. As things change and as things evolve when it comes to stocks and financial and stuff like that, would you be open and returning back? You know what I'm saying? Just to give, just kind of give us more game and update us more. Because just sitting here, like I know we text, quite often, but just sitting here, I got, I feel like I learned something that I did not know. So, just
That's me. Hey, shit, I've been knowing Nation all these years, and I ain't know none of this.
man, I just feel
Like, damn, where I been?
I feel like, you one of them people who, you have a lot of, like, you're a resource. I tell you this all the time, like, you're a resource.
Yeah.
And I, like, trying to get this resource out to people, like you say, like us, our people, that way we can know, like, you know what I mean? Just kind of, we've had these conversations before, you know what I mean? And so just utilizing the resource. So,
Yeah. Man, honestly, bro, I don't even charge consulting fees. So if people have a question, if you have a question and you legit about trying to get into this field, you can ask me, you can DM me, you can messenger me, and I'll answer. Because I'm not, as crazy as it sounds, I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to see people prosper.
Because that makes you feel good.
well, you
Yeah.
plant
That
seeds.
lets you know. That lets you know
Yeah,
on
you
your
know what I'm
head,
saying?
like, hey.
Money will come, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm already making money. You know what I'm saying? So I've never been a person that was like, I gotta have millions. I've never been that guy. I've never been intrigued by money, probably because I work with it every day and I've seen all kind of numbers and money, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not intrigued with having multitudes of money. I just want to establish something. I just want to change the culture a little bit.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Man,
all.
we appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Man, you came and did that, man.
That's a good one, man.
Hey, yeah, for sure, man.
Probably our best one yet.
Damn,
Nation.
And here's the thing, though, too, man. Like, for the people that's out there, like, we weren't, talking a whole lot and this and that, whatever, because we were receiving a lot of information.
Yeah,
so
we're
this
soaking all this up.
this is information that, even us, sitting in this room, a lot of this stuff, this is new to us. So we not gonna cut him off or we're gonna let him do his thing. So and I feel like you gave a lot of information, man. So yeah,
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Man, when y'all hit him up, if y'all hit him up, man, make sure you tell him that the extraordinary gentleman sent you, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
That
so,
hashtag EGP. Hashtag
Let them know
EGP.
that that's how you got with him. So yeah, man, we appreciate it, Nate, man.
Yeah, I
We
appreciate y'all
you,
inviting me, man.
Yeah.
If you still need your taxes done, man, I'm doing taxes for $100 flat, no matter what your return is.
Look at that, man.
$100, $100 flat, no matter what your return.
So he
is.
didn't got your hand. He didn't put his handle out there and everything else. He told you, hey, so there's a resource for our people, man. If you want to use it, man, by all means, he's giving you the green light to hit him up and ask him questions. So I mean, don't be afraid and hesitant to receive some information. Receive some information.
Oh, that's dope, man.
Yeah,
Damn.
appreciate you. All righty.
All right, guys,
That would
man.
do it.
Yeah.